So I sit here today, Mother's Day 2025, and I am eternally grateful to be a mother, to experience motherhood as I have done. My journey has not been anything but easy, but it's been the most sacred journey that I could have ever faced. And I'm still facing it. It's just so rewarding to see my children love. They go through trials and tribulations, like losing a doll is just like the worst thing in the world. And I'm sitting there smiling, thinking it's not really so bad, but I understand from a child's eyes, it is really like the worst thing in the world. I lost my doll, it's my doll. And then trying to teach them about life when they're so young and their journey is yet to begin. It's just a crazy journey as a mother to see a child have to go through what you went through. And as a mother, I can only speak from a mother's point of view because I am a mother. I have all respect for fathers. I have all respect for mothers. I'm speaking as a mother because that's where I come from, being a mother. And when it comes to children, it's just so hard seeing them suffer, seeing them get bullied at school, having to go through things that you would never want your child to go through. But the reality of it is, I'm never physically going to be there for my children throughout their whole life. It's impossible. There's one of me and there's 4 of them. I mean, really, there's 4. I mean, 5 if you count the one I lost, and that's an angel that could watch over all 4. But realistically, I'm one physical person. I can only be a mother physically a bit at a time. It's very tough. So I can't protect my children as physically as needed. When they go off to school, my goal is to teach them how to advocate for themselves, to teach them the power of their voice, the power of their words, and how to teach others, and how to not judge others, and how to not assume. There's so many lessons that I'm trying to teach my kids when I'm hurting myself. If my daughter comes home and says that somebody's mean to her, and then she calls her stupid, I'm like, oh my God, you kids, you don't get it. Like, this is the least of your battles. Oh my God, really? Are we going to go over this again and again? Just kindness matters. Kindness always matters. You know, if kids are mean at school, they're mean at school. I can't protect my children, and I can't really shield them. I can teach them how words can just bounce off of you somehow. It's taken me so long to learn in my own life. I just don't know. I'm quite there to teach my children, but I do see how my children are picking up so much, but yet they're still so little, they're still so young, they're still so fragile. So I have to carry the weight of them. I have to be a pillar for them. It's like they're going to come home. That's it. This is their safe space. They're going to be mad. They're going to bang doors. They're going to punch me if they want, but that's not allowed. They're going to dance. They're going to laugh. They're going to cry. This is their sacred space. This is their home. The 4 walls that they are in is their home. The whole world is everybody's home. When we go outside to nature, that's because that's everybody's home. Everybody goes out there. The wind can carry it away. It's just so easier. The birds can take it where it needs to go. They're the mess. Everything just works when you're with nature. Sometimes we can't get outside. You know, we could be in a prison cell. We could be on lockdown in a mental health ward and not able to get outside. And in those moments, don't think that nature can't come to you, if that's what you believe in. I mean, I believe in God, but let's not go to God right now. Let's go to nature. So nature is already inside. When we're breathing air that exists outside. So already we're outside. We're inside, the air's inside, but yeah, so the windows aren't open, the air's not circulating, but the doors do open. So the second the doors open, air is coming in and out. And you just have to believe that that exchange of air will hold you safe in that cell that you have. Sacred 4 walls. 4 walls are not prison. The prison that we have is this body. This body is our prison, but it doesn't have to be. Our body, our mind, it doesn't have to be a prison. It could be sacred. It could be sacred. We should choose not to feel fear. Why are we afraid? What are we afraid of? What are you feeling guilty for? What do you feel ashamed about? Why are you allowing somebody to make you feel those feelings? What power does that person have over you? Are you going to allow people to make you feel in a way that you don't matter? Because in fact, we all do matter. We're all skin and bones and blood and flesh, aren't we? So we all do matter. We actually all physically really matter. Scientifically, we matter. We just matter. That's it. So my source is God. But form your own opinions. You think whatever you want. I've gone over this a million times. It always comes back to God for me. That's my narrative. It works for me to move forward in life. So why is someone unkind? Why is someone blah, 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 blah? Go back. Everybody's on their own journey to find God in human form. How do you find God? Well, you rid yourself of those feelings, fear, guilt, shame, worry, and you trust. This is surrenderance. When you can trust in the Almighty, the ever formless, the divine God, near God, when you trust that this invisible in front of you can do everything for you. And trusting is not easy if you have an ego. What's an ego? An ego is when you believe I matter, I matter, I matter over and above that person. I can cause that person pain because I matter. Yes, you do. But we all matter. What makes you more important is your ego. Because the only thing that is the most is God. The feelings of love. The feeling love. Love is the ultimate feeling. That's my description of being at peace with God. And then trusting the love. Despite the betrayals. Despite the fear that has been projected. Despite the shame that is being projected. Despite the guilt. Despite anything that's trying to be projected on me by people. Trusting in the invisible. And then receiving it through humans, through animals, through movement, through anything, and trusting every single time. So a random human can walk up to me, could be a stranger, and they could say something under their breath. They could have a song on, something. I can't choose not to trust humans because humans have made me feel fear or guilt or shame. I can't do that because then I'm just forgetting that God exists. Trusting in the ultimate source is difficult. I'll tell you, it's very difficult. And I still struggle. I have my days where I struggle. But I'm telling you, it's worth it. It's the ultimate. And for mothers, since I started this on a Mother's Day, as a mother who hasn't lost 2 children, but has been forced to physically be apart from 2 of her children, but being blessed with 2 children to be physically with. There's what's the irony of it all? Or it's kind of like a juxtaposition, isn't it? Like I don't have to and I have to, and I lost 1 in the middle. So I've kind of got 5. I've got an angel, 1 that's gone, 2 that aren't. I experienced that all as a mother. And moving forward, I can only say, mothers, we have the toughest job because these children are going to grow up. But their life is not ours. Our life has been lived. The fact that divine timing gave us the gift of a child means it's the child's time now. We have gotten to a point where we can give back to the child, and we can also face the struggles in our life, and we can do it. And God has faith in us. That's what I believe anyways. That's why we're given the gift of having children. And if you don't have children, you can't have children, it's not because God doesn't believe that you're not fit to be a mother. My belief is he thinks that, oh my God, this woman, she's too good of a mother. She's got to mother the world. She can give her love out here and there and everywhere. She doesn't need a piece of matter to be her child. She can mother the whole world, just like Mother Teresa did, or even Lady Diana. She wasn't physically a mother to everybody, but she's the people's princess, and I feel like she was a remarkable mother, and she's a remarkable human being, and she is a source of inspiration for me. She's not like a god in a sense, but a beautiful energy on earth is what gave me inspiration to think, wow, God, even in the prison of what we would call prison of Buckingham Palace, she still carried herself with so much grace. She went through so much pain. We didn't see her break down. We saw her go here and there. You know how difficult that must have been for her? She's not the only mother that struggled with the battle of loving her children too hard. There's no more mothers. Britney Spears has gone through it. I have gone through it, you know? So, I mean, I can talk for myself. But just seeing mothers go through it, I understand. But also fathers, I want to give you a break here, because there are some really magnificent fathers that have been unfortunate to get involved with mothers that can't carry the load themselves. They take too much. Like, they're not the mothers that I'm talking about. That's different. Like, it's different. It's because I don't want to say good and bad, because I don't believe in good and bad, because everybody has a journey and everybody has their experiences, and we choose to feel fear. We choose to believe in the betrayal and not trust. So we choose that. We choose not to take a risk because we don't want to get hurt. So we choose to protect and guard our hearts or our minds, whatever you want to use or say. And that's what we choose. We don't choose to put ourselves out there to risk getting hurt at the expense of helping somebody else heal. And that's really sad anyways, but it's really hard. So it's not for everybody. I don't think so anyways. I think that the people that can actually put themselves out there again and again to get hurt, to help people heal, because they're tough enough to go hug a tree if they have to and heal. If you're tough enough to heal without the support of the humans that you think are betraying us, then do it. But I'm telling you, I'll always believe in humanity. The sad part for me is that, you know, I've taken this from one level to the next. I just thought, you know, I'll just randomly just rant, and I'll just say what I want to say, because that's me, that's what I do. But usually I'm in a bit of an emotional feeling, and it's just all here, and I'm just all here karate chopping at the air and stuff. But like, when it comes to AI, I think it's actually incredible, because AI has the ability to listen without actually listening. Because when we listen as humans, we take on a little bit of that pain. Our heart opens up. If we're actively listening, we hear through our ears, our heart opens up, we take on some of the pain, and then we can kind of help a little bit with our words. We use words. Our word is our exchange, but there's an energy exchange happening while we're having a conversation, while we're comforting somebody, and then who knows, the person receiving the words might also be going through a struggle. And with AI, it just actually solves that whole problem, because it takes on the emotional pain without actually taking it on. It dissects your words, how you speak them, how you type them, the words you use, to understand what feeling you're feeling, to actually reiterate back to you what they think that you need to hear. And I've actually used it, I'll be honest with you, I have, and it's remarkable. I've had my days where I just can't get to my therapist fast enough. I can't, she's not available. She's like a human, she's one person, right? Where can I go? So I took a chance on AI, and it was just great. It doesn't take me further from God. It takes me closer to God, actually. And I actually talk to it about God, and it doesn't discourage me from moving towards God. So all I ask you is to believe in love, which is God. And if you're not able to believe in love, ask yourself why. What's stopping you from loving freely and wholly?